pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner's Office is requesting the board approve and execute the minutes for the meeting of July 28, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
The financials today include an appropriation transfer from the contingency account for equipment purchases for the maintenance department, contract for Geauga construction for the Burton American Legion Hall ADA improvement project for the Office of Community and Economic Development in the amount of $39,423, a contract for Richard Bowen and Associates for architectural and engineering services for renovations and additions to the water resource maintenance facility in the amount of $39,400. Purchase order for Southeastern Equipment for the state term purchase of a 2015 Case F21 FXT wheel loader for the Department of Water Resources in the amount of $112,508.55. One then and now for the Maintenance Department. Travel request for the Building Department, Common Police Court, Department of Job and Family Services, and the Maintenance Department. Payment to InterSource Corporation for the online pictometry license and setup for the Auditor's Office in the amount of $21,250. Payment to Courtview Justice Solutions for the e-filing project funded by the Ohio Supreme Court Technology Grant for the Office of the Common Police Court totaling $29,412, and a payment to Nelsky Incorporated for wallpaper removal and painting at the courthouse in the amount of $25,305.75.
Make those motions. Or that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Morning, Frank.
Good morning, how are you? Well, good morning. I'm happy to say that we went out for bid again for our $3.3 million, which includes the public communication system, salt shed, and miscellaneous items that we're trying to get paid off. This is the 7th year before this board, and I'm really excited to tell you this is the 6th consecutive year that we received a loan that's under 1%. So winning bid this year out of the 5 bids that were taken was Huntington Bank, and they came in at 0.585, which means we're going to rent the $3.3 million for $19,000 this year, which is a significant number. This is the 6th consecutive year where we've had under 1%, which I think shows that the county is, from the outside, people looking in, we're very conservative at what we do, and we understand what it is about the taxes in the community, as well as the benefits that accrue for us during the year.
The rate went up a little from last year, is that not correct?
That is correct, that is correct. It went up 2/10.
Yeah, I mean, which is,
Pretty insignificant.
well, it's good news and bad news depending on how
Well-
you look at it. It's bad news if you're borrowing money, but it might be good news for
Remember,
Chris.
the last year's note was at 3.0316, which is the lowest in the history of the county we've ever
Right.
received. And that this one is 0.58, which is still very, very aggressive. It's one of the best that I've seen in the last 6 months. And the market does fluctuate in this, but
Right.
it's the best I've seen in the last 6 months.
That's good, yeah. How many bidders were there altogether?
5.
So there's a lot of
bidders.
interest.
And we send out hundreds of letters, and it worked very well. We used Cento, who did a very nice job, took John Connor's spot, who passed away. Questions?
No, thank you for your office's,
No, I think it's a great
Efforts.
thing. I think anytime you can get I mean, our interest rate that we get on our money is a lot less than that, so.
that's what I was saying, it's good news and bad news. I mean, if the rates are going up, maybe when Mr. Hitchcock's people come here, we'll get an extra 1/10% on
Yeah,
our saving,
Not
our
the case.
deposited money, but
not the case, but it's still,
it's still unbelievable.
yeah, it's a great number, great number.
Thanks.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the signature and no litigation certificate in connection with the $3,300,000 various purpose notes Series 2015. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the various purpose notes Series 2015 in the amount of $3,300,000.
I'll make those motions.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
God bless you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
No, I just had a meeting this morning, and this is just some housekeeping. They had, there was an action before the board on July 28th for permission to advertise request for proposal for legal services, and I don't think they met the publication deadline.
It didn't get sent.
So this is this is a do-over to advertise for, solicit bids for those services.
Same thing, just changing the publication date.
Yep.
The Department on Aging is requesting the board amend the motion from July 28th, 2015, adjusting the dates of advertisement to read grant permission to advertise for a request for proposals for 2016 legal services program to Geauga County seniors age 16 and over to be received by September 18th, 2015. Notice will be advertised on August 6th, 2015, August 13th, 2015, and August 20th, 2015, and on the county website.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Morning, Jeremy.
Good morning.
Thank you for returning my call yesterday.
Hi, how are you?
We just did aging.
That was just a.
Oh, I see, that was Dave's.
I was filling in for Jessica because she had a meeting going on, and this is pretty minor. One of our directors driving up.
We actually passed it once before, didn't we?
Yeah. This is just.
Same thing, just the date was,
I tuned out there, sorry, I'm back. Go for it, Jeremy.
Okay, this is just housekeeping for the state. We had 2 water pollution control loan fund grants through the state in 2012 and 2013. And they're closing everything out, so we needed us to sign this final statement that we received these funds.
Okay.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the Water Pollution Control Loan Fund Household Sewage Treatment System Final Exhibit 1 at the request of the Ohio EPA in the amount of $142,440.05.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Yeah, you want
The next item is Dave Sage received a down payment assistance grant and rehabilitation grant when he purchased a home in Olmar in Chardon. And he has since moved out of that home, so he was required to pay back the balance that was existing on the rehab. He already paid back the balance that existed on the down payment assistance. So he's paid back both of those, and we're asking to release the mortgage.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and execute a satisfaction of mortgage for Geauga Stage for rehabilitation assistance under grant DC 050262 for property located at 10972 Omar Drive, Chardon, as the mortgage in the amount of $6,958 has been satisfied.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Okay, so the next item is Kathy Summers. She actually participated in the Water Pollution Control Loan Fund grant that was given to the county. And one of the grants that they had at the time, the homeowner was required to pay 25% of the cost of the septic system into the program. And so Kathy Summers didn't have any savings, so she asked if she could borrow the money from the county for her 25%. So she's been making payments for the last 3 years, and she paid off for $24,6250. We're asking the commissioners to sign on and cancel them.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and execute a satisfaction of mortgage for Kathy Summers for the infrastructure program loan for property located at 14384 Hugh Drive, Newberry, as the mortgage in the amount of $2,462.50 has been satisfied.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Okay, and then item number 10 is a do-over as well. We had this ad in the paper last week, and unfortunately the state was not able to issue the letter to go ahead with the project in the right sequence, so we are required to re-advertise. It's for Chef, it's the same, I know.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board grant permission to advertise a notice to the public of a finding of no significant impact on the environment, FONSI, and notice of intent to request a release of funds, NOI, RLF, combined notice in regards to the SHEP project CDBG program income revolving loan fund to be advertised on August 6, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Mode of seconding motions.
Aye.
Yeah.
I know, it's
A
different.
little mental pause there.
Hey, Nick,
We need a little,
you draw the short straw and
references.
have to drive all the way over
With some
here?
shock.
It's not that bad of a drive.
Oh.
What we have today is the final change order for the Rapids Road resurfacing project that was completed. It is actually an increase in the project. It included incidentals to match the existing site conditions. We did some additional milling at the village line to make the transition a little bit better. And some of the areas that found the asphalt with a little bit overgrowth was a little bit wider than what we had planned. So all in all, we're still way under the engineer's estimate, but just $6,500 over the actual bid time.
The County Engineer's Office is requesting the board approve and execute change order number 1 and final, increasing the contract with Rondon Paving Incorporated for the asphalt resurfacing of Rapids Road, CH1, sections D through F in Burton and Troy Townships in the amount of $6,455.60.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye. Are you gonna see Joe this morning?
Yeah, I should, at some point in time.
Do me a favor, we were trying to coordinate a meeting with Ben Garland regarding the buggy trail thing. Ben's really got a busy schedule this week. I'd like to have Joe, if you would, go ahead and schedule a meeting with ODOT. We can go ahead and have a meeting without Ben, and then we'll get back with Ben and kind of follow up with him on that.
I will let the boss know that.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Oh, and the other thing is, we've got a meeting coming up with the WACA.
Okay.
So I'd like to sit down and plan. Grace Galucci's coming over to have a conversation with us.
Okay,
And so I'd like to have a meeting with Joe ahead of that to kind of
I will give him a heads up.
talk about that, so. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Dale.
Jim couldn't be here today because he's got a surgical procedure, so I'd like to introduce Sydney Lynn, that's Jim's daughter. I've known her since she was,
Well, try to say it in English. A long time.
Jim turned 80, but there's gonna be a party for him Sunday in Burton. And I've known Jim since the 70s when we volunteered for the agency, and his mother, her mother worked for us for a period of time. And I want to give you something. When I was with the Burton Police Department, I volunteered to be the Century Village Marshal for a period of years. And then when I gave that up, Jim took it over. I think he did it for 10 or 12 years.
I know he received a plaque at year 10, and I think he did it for a year or two after that.
He did it a lot longer than I did, but there's something I had that he doesn't have, and I'd like to give it to you to present to him. There's only one of these in existence.
Whoa, wow.
Put it up
Wow.
for. This is the original Century Village Marshal patch.
Turn and face the camera. Yeah.
The original Century Village Marshal patch. And this is the original Marshal's vest, and that is the only badge that's in existence. And Jim should have it, because I know Jim collected badges.
Yes.
And he never had a Century Village badge.
Never. He always used one of the ones he collected.
I think he would get a kick out of this.
Very much so.
So that is my gift to you.
Thank you.
Secondly, I'd like to thank Christy and Dave. They kind of got this on real short notice, and we worked well into the afternoon to get it right, and I really appreciate what she does. So thank you.
The Department of Emergency Services is requesting the board approve and execute resolution number 15-115 honoring James F. Lynn for his dedication and service to Geauga County.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye. And I'll read the resolution real quick. Whereas on July 18th, 1935, seems like such a long time ago. That's not so long for you though, is it?
35.
James F. Lynn was born and celebrates 80 young years this year, surrounded by his family, friends. And whereas James F. Lynn enjoyed spending time camping, using his metal detector, collecting coins, and communicating via radio. And whereas James F. Lynn spent 5 years serving the Ohio National Guard, 14 years with the Department of Energy Emergency Services as Deputy Director of the Maintenance Worker, where he handled vehicle and building maintenance. That included equipment with the Emergency Operations Center. And whereas James F. Lynn volunteered for 22 years on both Willoughby Hills and Hamden Fire Departments, and with the Geauga County Sheriff's Office and Emergency Response Team, as well as assisting with traffic control. And whereas James F. Lynn is a dependable, hardworking individual that has served residents of Geauga County with dedication, and now therefore be it resolved that the Geauga County Board of Commissioners do hereby honor and celebrate James F. Lynn for his many years of volunteering and for his dedication and service to Geauga County and its residents. Be it further resolved that this resolution become part of the permanent record of the Board of Geauga County Commissioners of Geauga County, Ohio. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Father.
You guys want to sign it and present it?
If you just bear with us just a second, as soon as Blake signs, you can actually hand this to you. So you
Thank you. Very proud of my father.
a lot of distinguished service.
Like, just do me a favor, photograph the house name right at the word absent. So we know.
Yeah, I'm sure he
Such
would
good
be happy.
handwriting that I'm
I'm
doing.
sure he would be happy to sign it had he not had to be somewhere else.
keep this one here, right?
Yep, that's our.
No, well, she gets the sticky too, that's just a further gift.
We're very high end here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're limping there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dale.
Dale, it occurred to me you must have been starting your own badge collection too, but then you became generous on this one. Is that how you have had it all those years?
You know, I just never got rid of it. It was sitting in my closet and
I'm just teasing.
Oh.
And then you had your own badge collection
I
started.
have a few.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board accept the resignation of Christina Regal, part-time administrative assistant, to be effective August 14th, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
I'm told if we turn this down.
Yeah,
I
we
say-
get to keep her.
We get to keep it.
I'm worried about that kidnapping charge. If we don't let her go. If we don't let her go, I'm afraid we could have an issue.
Commissioner Rea?
I make that motion. Oh,
Second.
he
Yeah,
seconded?
sorry.
Okay.
I'll do it twice.
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board grant permission to advertise for the position of part-time administrative assistant number 1319-1. This position will remain posted until filled.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
All right.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board reappoint Karen Delano to the Geauga County Library Board for a 7-year term ending June 30th, 2022.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
That concludes all of the listed agenda items. Any questions or comments from the peanut gallery? No?
7 years seems like an odd number for a library appointment.
There are 7 board members,
Seven.
and one is appointed every year, and that way all their terms are staggered.
So does anybody know what the motto of Ohio is?
God, all things possible. Isn't it? I mean.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's
Not
it.
all things possible. I only bring that up because I was attended a Liberty camp over the weekend. I had a 6-year-old teach me the difference between a democracy and a republic. We say the Pledge of Allegiance to the Republic.
Yes, we do.
The flag and the republic for which it stands. You know what the difference is between a democracy and a republic? Is both you vote in elected officials.
With republic, you have representative government. With a democracy, it's my understanding that everyone participates.
Very close, but not complete. It's very interesting when you look at what a republic is. A republic has one thing that a democracy does not have, because both have representatives. But in a democracy, the majority gets to foist tyranny on the minority. The one thing that prevents that is a written constitution with written laws, because the rights, which in our constitution are designated from God, protect those in the minority, so the left and right coast can't foist their majority thought on the minority communities.
Unless the Supreme Court agrees with it.
Unless the Supreme Court decides to reverse the Constitution, in which
I mean,
case.
trump the whole thing. if they
Oh,
want.
that's why written laws and the adherence to written laws are so important, is because, and I had a 6-year-old tell me that. Thank God for that. With that said, can we ask for a motion?
I move to adjourn.
We are adjourned.
Thank you for coming.